Welcome to Bookish. Sometimes your biggest fight isn't with the world. It's with the storm inside you. Chapter 1. Understand your emotions. Most people think controlling emotions means never feeling them, but that's not true. Controlling emotions means feeling everything, yet not letting those feelings destroy your peace. Your emotions are messages, small signals from your mind, trying to tell you something. When you feel angry, your heart is saying, wait, something isn't fair. When you feel sad, it's saying, something important is missing. When you feel fear, it's whispering, be careful, something might hurt you. But most of us don't listen. We react, shout, cry, or run away. And every time we do that, our emotions start controlling us instead of us controlling them. If you want to control your emotions, you must first understand them. Don't run from how you feel. Sit with it. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? Because emotions are not enemies, they are teachers. They show you what's broken, what needs healing, and what truly matters to you. Whenever you feel something strong, don't rush. Pause. Take a deep breath and give your mind a few seconds before reacting. That tiny pause, that's where your power lives. People who control emotions don't have easier lives. They just understand what's happening inside them, while others get lost in the storm. A simple practice. Every night, before sleeping, think about your day and ask, what did I feel the most today? Anger, sadness, happiness, fear. Write it down. Try to understand where it came from. Slowly, you'll start noticing a pattern. And that's how emotional control begins. You are not your emotions. You are the space that feels them. The moment you understand your emotions, you stop being their prisoner. In the next chapter, we'll learn the real secret, how to respond calmly instead of reacting instantly. Chapter 2. Don't react, respond. We all have moments where emotions take control. When anger burns, when words slip out too fast, when we say things we later wish we could take back. Those moments don't define who you are, but they reveal how much control you have over yourself. Reacting is easy. Responding takes strength. A reaction is quick. It's emotion without thought. A response is calm. It's emotion with understanding. When you react, emotions are driving you. When you respond, you are driving your emotions. And that's the difference between losing control and mastering your life. The truth about reactions. Every reaction begins in the same place, your mind. Something happens, and within seconds, your brain creates a feeling. Someone insults you. You feel angry. Someone ignores you. You feel hurt. Someone rejects you. You feel worthless. Your brain sends that feeling like fire through your body. Your heart races, your chest tightens, and before you can even think, words explode out of your mouth. That's what reacting looks like. It feels powerful in the moment, but later it leaves guilt, regret, and pain. You think, why did I say that? Why did I lose control again? Because in that moment, emotion was stronger than awareness. But here's the good news. Awareness can be trained. The art of the pause. Next time you feel like shouting, crying, or walking away, just pause. Breathe. It might sound small, but that single breath gives you back your control. That pause is where your strength lives. It's where your emotions settle and your clarity rises. In that pause, ask yourself, is this worth reacting to? Will I still care about this tomorrow? If the answer is no, let it go. You don't need to react to everything. You don't need to explain yourself every time. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means power. Remember this, people who react destroy their peace. People who respond build their life. Learn to observe, not absorb. Sometimes people try to hurt you just to see your reaction. Don't give them that control. Be the calm one. Watch their chaos, but don't become part of it. When someone shouts, don't shout back. When someone blames, don't defend. When someone leaves, don't beg. You can't control what people do, but you can control how you respond. Your calmness will confuse them. Your silence will protect you. Your peace will speak louder than any reaction ever could. Real strength. Controlling your emotions doesn't make you cold. It makes you wise. It means you choose peace over drama, understanding over reaction, and growth over ego. So next time life throws chaos your way, remember, your reaction is your reflection. React with anger and you lose control. Respond with calm and you become unstoppable. Don't let temporary emotions make permanent damage. You can't control what happens around you, but you can always control how you respond to it. Chapter 3. Master the art of letting go. There comes a time in everyone's life when holding on starts to feel heavy. You try, you fight, you hope, but deep inside you know it's time to move on. It could be a person, a memory, a dream, or even a version of yourself that no longer fits who you're becoming. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about choosing peace over pain. But most people can't do it easily, because the human heart always wants to hold on to what's familiar, even when it's hurting, to what's broken, even when it cuts deeper each day. We tell ourselves, maybe it'll change, maybe it'll get better. But the truth is, not everything and not everyone is meant to stay forever. The truth about letting go: you can't heal in the same place that broke you. You can't grow if you keep watering what's already dead. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care enough about yourself to walk away. When you let go, you make space. Space for new energy, new beginnings, new peace. But if you keep holding on to the past, your hands will be too full to receive anything new. Ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that's stopping me from moving forward? It could be anger, regret, or disappointment. It could be a person who left, but still lives in your mind rent-free. It could be guilt for mistakes you made long ago. But here's the secret. The past can't hurt you unless you keep reopening its door. Close it gently. You've learned the lesson. Now it's time to let it go. How to let go gracefully. Letting go is not something you do in one night. It's a slow process. You start by accepting that it's over. Then you forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Every time your mind goes back to that pain, say this softly. I release this. I choose peace. It won't work immediately, but each time you say it, your heart gets lighter. Write a letter you'll never send. Cry if you need to. Say goodbye silently. And then, let the silence heal you. One morning, you'll wake up and realize that what once broke you no longer controls you. You'll smile, not because you forgot, but because you survived. The power of acceptance. The moment you stop fighting reality, you set yourself free. Acceptance doesn't mean you approve of what happened. It means you understand it can't be changed. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, what can I learn? Every loss teaches you strength. Every ending is preparing you for a better beginning. Sometimes God removes people and things from your life because they were blocking your growth. You may not see it now, but one day you'll understand. It had to happen. You are not what you lost. You are not your pain. You are not your heartbreak. You are what you learned from it. When you stop identifying with your wounds, you start healing. You begin to see life not as something to control, but as something to flow with. Remember, what's meant for you will never need to be forced. If it's leaving, let it. If it's changing, allow it. If it's ending, bless it. Because real peace doesn't come from holding on. It comes from trusting that what's gone was never yours to keep. Letting go is not the end of your story. It's the start of a new one. You're not losing anything. You're making space for everything better. In the next chapter, we'll learn how to detach from overthinking. Because peace begins when your mind stops replaying the pain. Chapter 4. Detach from overthinking. There's a voice inside your head that never stops talking. It replays every conversation, every mistake, every moment where you could have done better. It asks endless questions. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if it all goes wrong? And the more you listen to that voice, the louder it gets. That's what overthinking does. It turns small worries into storms. You're not tired because you work too hard. You're tired because your mind never rests. The trap of overthinking. Overthinking is like walking around with heavy luggage that you never put down. You carry memories from the past, fears from the future, and pain from things that haven't even happened yet. You think about what people said, what they might say, and what they're probably thinking about you. And in that endless circle of thoughts, you lose your peace. But here's the truth. You can't control everything that happens to you. You can only control how you respond to it. And sometimes the best response is silence. Not just with your mouth, but with your mind. The power of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying everything that isn't yours to carry. You can care deeply and still stay calm. You can love someone and still have boundaries. You can dream big and still sleep peacefully at night. When your mind starts spinning with what ifs, remind yourself, not everything deserves a thought. You don't have to solve every problem right now. You don't have to understand every situation. You don't have to know what's coming next. Sometimes peace means saying, I don't know what will happen, but I trust I'll be okay. How to stop overthinking. 1. Write it down. When your mind feels full, take a notebook and write every thought. Don't filter, Don't judge. Just pour it out. Writing releases what your mind keeps replaying. 2. Breathe. Your breath is your anchor. Every time your thoughts start racing, take a deep breath in, hold, and exhale slowly. Tell yourself, I am here, I am safe, I am calm. 3. Limit mental time travel. You can't change yesterday. You can't control tomorrow. You only have today, this moment, this breath. 4. Replace questions with faith. Instead of asking, what if it doesn't work? Ask, what if it does? Remember, your thoughts are not facts. Just because you think something doesn't make it true. Quiet minds, strong souls. When you detach from your thoughts, you realize something powerful. You are not your mind. You are the awareness watching your mind. Your thoughts come and go, but your peace can stay. If you stop chasing every thought that appears. Let your mind be like the sky and your thoughts like clouds. Some days there will be storms, but even then, above the clouds, the sky remains calm. The same way, no matter how noisy your thoughts are, peace still lives within you. You just have to stop listening to fear and start trusting yourself. Real peace begins within. Stop trying to control what's not in your hands. Stop explaining yourself to people who've already made up their minds. Stop replaying moments that are gone. Your peace matters more than your need to understand everything. When you stop overthinking, your life starts moving. You'll notice opportunities you couldn't see before. You'll feel lighter, more focused, more alive. Overthinking doesn't protect you from pain. It only steals your peace. When you learn to quiet your mind, you start to hear your heart. And that's where true strength begins. In the next chapter, we'll learn how to heal before you speak. Because calm words come from a calm heart. Chapter 5, Heal Before You Speak. Your voice carries energy. The energy of what's inside your heart. When your heart is calm, your words heal. When your heart is hurt, your words hurt others too. That's why it's so important to heal before you speak. Because unhealed pain always finds a way to speak. Through anger, sarcasm, bitterness, or silence that feels cold. Many times we think we're explaining our feelings, but in reality we're bleeding them onto others. The weight of unhealed words. Think of the last time you said something you didn't mean. Maybe you were angry. Maybe you were frustrated. Or maybe you were just tired of being misunderstood. In that moment, your emotions were speaking louder than your wisdom. And later, when you calmed down, you wished you had stayed silent. We've all been there. But every time we let unhealed emotions control our tongue, we push people away who never meant to hurt us. Words are powerful. They can build bridges or burn them. That's why wise people pause before speaking. Not because they're weak, but because they understand that once words leave your mouth, you can't take them back. Healing before speaking. When you feel the need to react, pause. Don't let your tongue move faster than your heart can understand. Ask yourself, am I saying this to connect or to hurt? If it's to hurt, then don't say it. If it's to release pain, write it, cry it, pray it, but don't throw it on someone else. Healing before speaking means processing your emotions alone, by journaling, walking in silence, or simply taking time to cool down. You don't always have to respond immediately. Silence can be your medicine. It gives you space to understand what you truly feel and how you really want to express it. Why most people don't heal before they speak. Because ego loves being right. When someone hurts you, ego says, say something back. Don't stay quiet. Show them you're strong. But true strength isn't in shouting louder. It's in staying calm when you could destroy someone with your words, but choose not to. Real maturity is when you don't let pain make you cruel. You feel everything deeply, but you respond with peace. Remember, you can speak your truth without shouting it. You can set boundaries without breaking hearts. You can express pain without spreading pain. Practical healing steps. 1. Pause before responding. Take a few seconds before replying to anything emotional. Text, call, or face-to-face. Those few seconds can save a relationship, a friendship, or even your peace. 2. Write instead of reacting. When you're hurt, write what you feel. Don't send it, just write it. Once your emotions calm, you'll see things differently. 3. Speak after you've processed. When you do talk, speak from understanding, not from reaction. Instead of saying, you never listen, say, I feel unheard. That's the language of healing. When you heal, your words heal too. Once you begin to heal, your words change. They become softer, wiser, calmer. You stop arguing to win. You start speaking to connect. Your tone becomes gentle. Your silence becomes peaceful. And your presence itself becomes healing. You stop using words to prove a point and start using them to bring peace. When you heal before you speak, Your words don't create more wounds. They help others heal too. Because healing energy flows through every word you say. Let your heart be light. Don't let anger write your story. Don't let pain speak for you. When you feel heavy inside, choose stillness before sound. Sometimes silence is the most powerful answer. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you understand not every battle is worth fighting. Healing is quiet. It's sitting with your emotions until they no longer control you. It's learning to hold your peace even when everything tempts you to lose it. Your words can either heal or harm. Choose them wisely. Speak only when your heart is calm, not when it's bleeding, because healed words build stronger souls. In the next chapter, we'll go even deeper. We'll learn how to build emotional discipline so that your peace no longer depends on anyone else. Chapter 6. Learn emotional discipline. Emotional discipline is not about ignoring your feelings. It's about understanding them and not letting them control your life. It's knowing how to stay calm when everything around you is falling apart. It's smiling when you could easily get angry. It's walking away instead of proving a point. This kind of power doesn't come overnight. It's built day by day through patience, self-awareness, and a lot of inner work. The power of control. Most people can't control their emotions. They react without thinking, say things they regret, and then blame others for how they feel. But emotional discipline is what separates peace from chaos, because when you don't control your emotions will control you, and they'll make you say, do, and decide things that destroy your peace. The storm inside you. Imagine your mind like a lake. When it's calm, you can see clearly, but when it's disturbed, when emotions are flying everywhere, you can't see what's really beneath the surface. That's what happens when you react in anger or fear. You lose your clarity. You make decisions that come from pain, not wisdom. But when you practice emotional discipline, you become like still water, peaceful on the surface, powerful in depth. You don't let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. Learning to respond, not react. There's a difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is instant. It's emotional. It's raw. Responding is thoughtful. It's calm. It's wise. When someone hurts you or disrespects you, your first reaction might be anger. But if you take a breath, pause for even 10 seconds, your response will come from understanding, not from ego. That's emotional maturity. That's self-control in action. Why emotional discipline is strength. Most people think power means shouting, winning arguments, or always being right. But real power is quiet. It's when you could lose control, but you don't. It's when you stay kind, even when others don't deserve it. Because you've learned something most people haven't. That peace is more valuable than being right. And the moment you stop letting people control your emotions, you start living life on your own terms. How to build emotional discipline. 1. Pause before you react. When something triggers you, don't respond immediately. Take a breath, walk away, drink water. The space between your emotion and your reaction, that's your power. 2. Observe your feelings. Don't fight your emotions, understand them. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? The more you understand your emotions, the less they control you. 3. Practice detachment. Learn not to take everything personally. Not every comment needs a reply. Not every insult deserves attention. Sometimes, silence protects your peace better than words ever could. 4. Create emotional routines. When you feel overwhelmed, write, pray, meditate, or go for a walk. Find a peaceful way to release what's inside instead of reacting impulsively. The calm warrior. Emotional discipline turns you into a calm warrior. You don't fight every battle. You choose your battles wisely. You don't seek revenge. You protect your peace. And that's what makes you unstoppable. People who master their emotions can handle failure, rejection, heartbreak, and criticism without losing themselves. They bend, but they don't break. They feel deeply, but they respond wisely. They cry when needed, but they rise stronger every time. Remember this. You don't have to control everything around you. You just need to control what's inside you. No one can trigger you if you're not carrying unhealed pain. No one can steal your peace if you've learned to create it within yourself. That's the power of emotional discipline. It makes you emotionally independent. You no longer depend on others to make you happy or calm. You carry peace wherever you go, because it lives inside you. Emotional discipline is the bridge between chaos and peace. The more you master your emotions, the more powerful your life becomes. In the next chapter, we'll learn something even deeper. How to detach from what destroys your peace, and finally live in alignment with your purpose. Chapter 7. Detach from what destroys you. There comes a point in everyone's life when holding on hurts more than letting go. You try, you give, you wait. But the more you cling, the more broken you become. And that's when life whispers, it's time to detach. Detachment is not about being cold or emotionless. It's about protecting your soul from what keeps breaking it. It's about learning to love without losing yourself, to care without depending, and to walk away without bitterness. When you hold on too long, you know that feeling when you keep holding on to a person, a situation, or a memory, hoping things will go back to how they were, but instead of healing, you just keep bleeding quietly. You replay old moments, repeat old conversations, and wonder why you still feel stuck. That's the trap of emotional attachment. It blinds you, drains you, and makes you forget who you were before the pain. Sometimes the thing you're fighting to keep is the very thing that's keeping you from peace. What detachment really means. People often misunderstand detachment. They think it means not caring. But real detachment means caring deeply without clinging. It means you can love someone but still let them go if they hurt your peace. It means you can give your best, but not lose yourself trying to fix what's not meant to stay. Because what's meant for you will never need you to lose your peace to keep it. Why it's so hard to let go. Letting go is one of the hardest lessons in life. We fear the empty space that follows. We fear being alone. We fear starting over. But what if that empty space is not emptiness? What if it's space for something better? Detachment is not about removing love. It's about removing your need to suffer for it. It's about saying, I choose peace over pain, and I trust life enough to let go. Signs. You need to detach. 1. You feel anxious when someone doesn't reply. 2. You constantly seek validation. 3. You overthink small things. 4. You try to control outcomes that are not in your hands. 5. You feel exhausted trying to make others happy. If any of these sound like you, it's time to step back. You've been giving too much of yourself to things that give you nothing back. How to practice detachment. 1. Accept what you cannot control. Some people won't change. Some situations won't improve. The moment you accept that truth, you free yourself. 2. Stop chasing closure. Not everyone will apologize. Not every story will end perfectly. Sometimes closure comes when you decide to move on, not when you get answers. 3. Rebuild your own space. Start doing the things you once loved. Find peace in silence, joy in small moments, pride in your own growth. 4. Choose peace over people. Don't stay where your heart feels heavy. No matter how much you love someone, if they drain your energy, it's okay to let go. Let time heal you. Healing is not instant. It's a slow, gentle process. Be patient with yourself. You're learning to live differently now. Freedom after detachment. One day you'll wake up and realize you no longer think about what hurt you. You'll smile without pretending. You'll breathe freely again. That's the moment you'll understand. Detachment didn't destroy you. It saved you. You stopped begging for love. You stopped forcing things. You started respecting your peace. And that's when the universe starts giving you everything you truly deserve. The truth about detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop loving people. It means you start loving yourself more. It's realizing that peace is not found in holding on. It's found in letting go with grace. You can love someone and still walk away. You can miss them and still move on. You can cry and still choose peace. That's strength, that's growth, that's freedom. Detach not because you've stopped caring, but because you finally understand. Some things are meant to be felt, not fixed. In the next chapter, we'll go even deeper into the power of forgiveness, how letting go of the past can heal your present and change the way you see yourself forever. Chapter 8. Forgive and set yourself free. There's a kind of pain that stays, not because it wants to, but because you keep holding on to it. You replay the betrayal. You repeat the words that broke you. You hold on to the memories that hurt the most. And over time, that pain builds walls inside your heart. It makes you harder, colder, and tired of trusting anyone again. But forgiveness is the key that unlocks that prison. The weight you carry, unforgiveness, is heavy. It doesn't just live in your mind. It lives in your body, your tone, your energy. It makes you overthink. It makes you guarded. It keeps you tied to moments you wish you could forget. You think by holding on to your anger, you're protecting yourself. But in truth, you're only keeping yourself stuck in the same story. Forgiveness is not about them. It's about you. It's about your peace, your healing, your freedom. What forgiveness really means. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean you have to let that person back into your life. It means you've made peace with what happened. It means you've chosen to let go of the resentment, so it no longer controls your emotions. You don't forgive because they deserve it. You forgive because you deserve peace, because no amount of anger will ever rewrite the past. But forgiveness can rewrite your future. The silent healing. When you start forgiving, it's not loud or dramatic. It's quiet, it's internal. It's in that one moment when you think of them and feel nothing. It's in that deep breath when your heart finally stops racing at their memory. It's in that realization that you're no longer waiting for an apology. That's forgiveness. That's healing. Why it's hard to forgive? Because forgiveness means letting go of justice in your own mind. You wanted them to feel your pain, to understand how much they hurt you. You wanted closure, but closure never came. And so you carried that hurt, hoping your anger would protect you from being hurt again. But all it did was keep you trapped in yesterday, because the person who hurt you might have moved on. But you're still reliving the story every single day. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. You have to release it, not for them, but for yourself. How to practice forgiveness. 1. Acknowledge the pain. Don't pretend it didn't hurt. Face it, feel it, name it. You can't heal from something you don't acknowledge. 2. Let go of expectations. You may never get an apology. They might never understand how deeply they hurt you. And that's okay. Forgive anyway. Your peace isn't dependent on their regret. 3. Write it out. Write a letter you'll never send. Pour out your anger, your sadness, your disappointment, and then let it go. Burn the paper. Free your heart. 4. Bless and release. Wish them peace. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to stop carrying bitterness. 5. Choose yourself. Every time the past tries to return, remind yourself, I've already chosen peace over pain. Forgiveness is freedom. When you forgive, something beautiful happens. You take your power back. No one can control how you feel anymore. No one can steal your peace. You stop being a victim of your story and become the author of your new one. You realize the past can't hurt you anymore because you've outgrown it. And that's when your heart finally breathes again. The gift of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it changes you. It makes you softer, wiser, and stronger. It teaches you that kindness is not weakness. It's strength in its purest form. The moment you forgive, you open the door to peace, love, and freedom, and close the door to anger, pain, and revenge. You become light again. Forgiveness is not about making peace with them. It's about making peace with yourself. You survived what tried to break you. You healed what tried to destroy you. In the next chapter, we'll step into a new phase. How to protect your peace and stay calm, strong, and centered no matter what life throws your way. Chapter 9. Protect your peace. There comes a moment in life when you realize your peace is priceless. No drama, no chaos, no argument, no person is worth losing it over. It took you years to heal. It took sleepless nights, silent tears, and lonely mornings to rebuild the peace you now carry. So protect it like it's your most sacred treasure, because once your peace is gone, everything starts to crumble. Your focus, your joy, your health, your confidence. Peace isn't luxury, it's survival. And protecting it is not selfish, it's necessary. Why peace is so precious. Peace is not the absence of problems. It's the ability to stay calm in the middle of them. It's the quiet strength to walk away from what doesn't serve you. It's the wisdom to know when to stay silent and when to speak. It's the grace to remain kind even when others are not. When your mind is at peace, you see life clearly. You make better choices. You attract better energy. You sleep peacefully at night because your soul is light. Things that steal your peace. 1. Overthinking. You replay every conversation, worry about every possibility, and forget to live the present moment. 2. Toxic people. Those who drain your energy with negativity, gossip, or drama. They don't deserve your peace. 3. Trying to please everyone. You lose yourself trying to make everyone happy. Stop. Your peace matters too. 4. Holding grudges. Anger doesn't protect you. It poisons you slowly. Let it go. 5. Comparing your life to others. Peace begins the moment you stop measuring your worth by someone else's timeline. How to protect your peace. 1. Say no without guilt. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you say no to yourself. Start choosing yourself. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. 2. Spend time alone. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's where your soul recharges, your mind resets, and your thoughts become clear again. 3. Be selective with energy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Protect your circle, protect your time, protect your energy. 4. Detach from negativity. Not every battle needs to be fought. Some things deserve your silence more than your reaction. 5. Keep your inner world calm. Read, meditate, write, pray. Whatever brings you peace, make it a daily ritual. Peace over everything. People may misunderstand you. They may call you distant, cold, or too quiet, but only you know how hard you've worked to find your calm. Don't let their noise pull you back into chaos. Don't let anyone's behavior make you forget who you are. Sometimes walking away is the loudest form of self-love. Sometimes silence is the most powerful reply. Peace is not weakness. It's strength wrapped in serenity. When you protect your peace, you stop reacting to every little thing. You stop chasing attention. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand you. You start focusing on what matters: your growth, your goals, your happiness. You become calm, unbothered, untouchable. That's when you know you've finally mastered yourself. The power of letting go. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about moving forward. It's choosing peace over pain, clarity over confusion, and growth over grudges. And the moment you start valuing your peace, the universe starts removing anything that disturbs it. People will leave, situations will end. It will hurt, but it will also heal. That's the universe making room for something better. Protect your peace like this. Wake up early. Breathe in silence. Don't rush to check your phone. Don't allow negativity into your morning. Eat slowly. Speak gently. Smile more. Even when you don't feel like it. Trust that life has a plan, even when you can't see it yet. Because every time you choose calmness over chaos, you're growing stronger than your triggers. Protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. Your mind is your home. Keep it clean, calm, and safe. In the final chapter, we'll talk about your greatest power, how your future is in your hands, and how every peaceful, disciplined choice you make today shapes the life you'll live tomorrow. Chapter 10. Your future is in your hands. Take a deep breath. Look at where you are right now. You've been through so much: pain, heartbreak, failures, confusion. And yet, you're still standing. You've grown through everything that tried to destroy you. You've healed from things that once broke your heart. You've rebuilt yourself piece by piece, even when no one noticed. And now it's time to understand something life-changing. Your future is in your hands. You are the author of your life. Every single day is a blank page. You decide what story you want to write. Will it be one of excuses or effort, fear or faith, waiting or working? No one else will live your life for you. No one else will fight your battles. No one else will chase your dreams. You are the author. You hold the pen. So stop rereading the first few chapters and start writing the new one. The power of choice. Every morning, life gives you two options: to repeat your past or to create your future. It's not about luck. It's about decisions. Every decision you make shapes your destiny. Every habit you build moves you closer to who you want to become. Every thought you entertain either builds you or breaks you. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. With courage, consistency, and belief. The future doesn't arrive. You build it. People wait for the right time. They say, "I'll start when I feel ready," or "I'll begin when life gets easier." But the truth is, life never gets easier. You get stronger. The future doesn't come to you. You create it through discipline, through daily effort, through refusing to quit when it's hard. There's no magic formula. It's just small, quiet, consistent actions, every single day. That's how empires are built. That's how lives are transformed. Your habits create your destiny. You are not your goals, no, you are your habits. If you want peace, build calm habits. If you want success, build consistent habits. If you want confidence, build self-respect through discipline. Because your habits are the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. And every time you choose growth over comfort, you're crossing that bridge. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Some days you'll feel inspired, other days you won't. But that's where your strength lies. Showing up even when you don't feel like it. Pushing forward even when it's hard. Because every time you keep going, you're training your mind to believe, "I can do this. I'm in control. I'm not giving up." Let go of the past. Stop letting your past make you doubt your future. You've made mistakes. That's okay. You've fallen. That's normal. You've been misunderstood. That's part of growth. The past was your teacher, not your identity. Learn the lesson. Leave the pain. Move forward. You owe yourself a life that feels like peace, not punishment. You are capable of so much more. There's a version of you waiting on the other side of your fears. Stronger, calmer, wiser, freer. But you'll never meet that version if you keep doubting yourself. You have to believe, even when no one else does. Believe in your vision. Believe in your timing. Believe that your hard work will pay off. Because it will. It always does, and for those who don't quit. The future is built today. One day you'll look back and realize that everything changed the moment you decided to take control. The moment you said, "I'm not waiting anymore, I'm building it now." And from that moment on, your life began to transform. Not because luck found you, but because you found yourself. Your future is in your hands. Don't waste it waiting. Don't lose it complaining. Build it. With consistency, with courage, with belief. Because one day, you'll look around and realize you became everything you once prayed for.